Congresswoman Ashley Hinson is a Republican from Iowa and joins us now. Congresswoman, you've got a plan which would deny funding to schools that won't reopen and give the money to schools that do open. I love it. A wonderful idea. With you 100%. But you're up against the teachers union, and that's very hard to beat them.
Yeah, it's sad, Stu, that our children have become, in essence, a political football in this game. And I'm a mom to school-age kids myself. And in Iowa, my kids got on the school bus this morning. So we are leading the way on that in Iowa. I heard, that conversation about having a roadmap. We've got the roadmap. We know it's safe for our kids to be back in school. The data says it. So we need to get those kids back. So my bill, the Reopen Schools Act, does exactly that. It ties that $54 billion to accountability. We want schools to have a plan to reopen, get those plans to the governor, and make sure that we are getting kids back in the classroom. It's too important of an issue. Their mental health is suffering, and they're falling behind. That's the most important challenge we're going to have to deal with this for years to come, Stu.
But look, this $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill includes in it $129 billion for the schools. That's on top of the $113 billion for the schools, which has so far been unspent. Now, that's an enormous amount of money, and I don't think you can stop it. I think they're going to get it.
Yeah, and we're working on the Budget Committee markup, as you know, today, and I serve on that Budget Committee. So I look forward to having that conversation and pointing out, there's still a lot of money that's unspent from the previous packages. But I can tell you that in Iowa, I had conversations on the road last week. I was in the district traveling, talking with superintendents about how they've used the past money from the previous relief packages. They've done it, and they've gotten our schools open safely in Iowa. So we need to be looking at that model. There's your roadmap, and we can do it around the country. It's too important of an issue to keep moving these goalposts. I mean, 1 day a week is what the Biden administration is saying is their goal. That's a complete disservice to our students. And for many students, broadband's an issue. It's not as simple as walking down the stairs to hop on a computer. I have stories of constituents of mine back home that are having to drive to their libraries to get on a hotspot to be able to continue to do their work. That's just, it's really unfortunate that we even have to have this conversation, but it's a taxpayer accountability issue, Stu. We need to make sure that this money is being spent for what it should be spent for, opening our schools.
I have to go back to my original statement. I don't think you've got a prayer of doing it. Look, I wish you well. I'm 100% behind you, but you can't beat the teachers union. Last word to you.
We're going to try, Stu, because it's too important of an issue, and I want to thank our leadership whip. Scalise held a call last week that was bipartisan. We're hearing from parents all over the country. It's really, really important to parents that we get their kids back in the classroom so we can keep our country moving forward, and definitely a priority for me as a mom myself.
I've got 6 kids and 10 grandchildren. Big priority for me, too. Ashley Hinson, Republican from the great state of Iowa. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it. And the best of luck with what you're trying to do. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Stu.